What is the deal with I-751s? Hi, I'm Jim Hacking, immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States at our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. Oh, the beloved I-751, the removal of conditions form, the petition to remove conditions on your lawful permanent resident status. Most people know that when you get married to a U.S. citizen and you receive lawful permanent residence or a green card in the United States, that if that green card is issued less than 2 years after your marriage occurred, then you are going to have to file an I-751 at the end of those 2 years to get the conditions removed. This is the last hurdle, the last stumbling block before you can apply for U.S. citizenship. Now, in the old days, the I-751 literally took 4 or 5 months to get approved. 4 or 5 months, if you can believe that. So it was a relatively simple process. After you got your 2-year green card, you waited 2 years, and then you filed the I-751 along with some more information showing that you and your spouse were still living together as spouses. You signed it, your spouse signed it, and that was typically how it always went, and it went very quickly. But under the Donald Trump administration, the people that hated immigrants baked in a lot of fraud detection, a lot of BS to make this process much more complicated and much longer. And it seems to me that the Trump team is winning. Even though they left office more than 2 years ago, their fingerprints are all over this plan, and they've baked in so much delay and so much bureaucracy that USCIS has not been able to recover. Well, what do you mean, Jim? Well, in the old days, when you filed an I-751, you would receive an automatic 12-month extension. In other words, once your application to remove conditions was filed, then your green card would be automatically extended by 12 months. 12 months. And that was because it took them 5, 6, or 7 months to approve the I-751. And that extension letter, along with your expired green card and your passport, was all that you needed to travel, to renew your driver's license, to show that you had the ability to work. It was like an automatic extension, and it was an automatic extension of your original 2-year green card while they decided whether or not to remove the conditions on your green card and to give you what you needed to get ready to apply for citizenship. Well, as things got delayed at USCIS, both because of the Trump administration's ladling things down with extra bureaucracy and extra delay, and the fact that we had the COVID pandemic, that led to greater and greater delays, and that led USCIS to make the brilliant decision that instead of fixing the fact that these cases were getting more and more delayed, that they decided to give a 2-year extension. A 2-year extension. So now they gave themselves 24 months. So for the last 4 or 5 years, that extension letter has not been 12 months, it's been 24 months. Well, what does that mean? Well, it does mean that they've called more people in for interviews and they've done a deeper dive on whether or not they want to give these conditions a removal, because under the Trump team's worldview, every immigrant was lying, every marriage was fake, and every green card did not deserve to be extended through the removal of conditions process. So they found fraud everywhere it wasn't, and they baked in all this extra headache and bureaucracy for people, and that's why they needed the 2 years. Well, now that we're 2 years into the Biden administration, you would think that things would be better. You would think that they had gotten that number back down to a year or so. But no. What are they doing? They just gave themselves 4 years to decide your I-751. The extension letter that people are going to start getting soon will be good for 48 months. And while some people might be happy about that because that means they're going to be protected and their status is going to be protected even more than it was before, the real fact is that very quickly USCIS will drag butt and end up giving these 751 conditions no attention and not approving them for 4 full years. This is absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely unprofessional. This agency is a total joke. And the biggest reason that this is problematic for immigrants is because you cannot apply for citizenship unless and until your 751 has been approved. So we have had numerous situations where people have a long pending I-751, they get sick of waiting and they apply for citizenship, and the fact that the 751 is still pending has caused them problems in getting the citizenship case finally decided. So this is what I meant when I said the Trump team is winning. The Biden team is laying down. Instead of fixing things, they're just playing along the Trump playbook, accepting things as true, and doing very little or nothing to speed up the process, to get it back to where it was. It was slow before, but now it's going to be twice, 4 times as slow as it was before. So It's absolutely ridiculous. Congress has to take action. Congress has to haul Urjadu and everybody else from USCIS in front of them and say, what is going on? What are you clowns doing? Why can't you get your act together? Why can't you get these cases fixed? And why are these cases and so many other cases at USCIS taking so long? So if you care about immigrants, pay attention to things like this. Let your members of Congress know that you're sick and tired of USCIS delaying things more and more, giving themselves more time to decide your case, and just taking longer and longer than ever before. If you are looking for help to get your conditions removed, or if your I-751 case has been pending for a really long time and you want to sue USCIS to get them in a situation where they have to decide your case so that you can then apply for citizenship, give us a call, 314-961-8200. You can email us info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com. Be sure to join us in our Facebook group, which is called Immigrant Home. If you like this video, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you get updates whenever we make videos like this one. And then finally, don't forget, we go live in our YouTube and Facebook groups 3 or 4 times a week. And you can find us there by subscribing to the channel or joining the Facebook group. And on that show, you can ask me any immigration questions that you like. We'd be happy to help. Thanks a lot and have a great day.